Jack's Game Room 91 asked for 6 days for me to review the Meta Adventurer and Fury glasses. So here I am. I bought all three, the Meta Fury, Adventurer, and Starfire, to review them all in one video, run some tests, and let you all know if these glasses are for you or not, and how they compare to the Gen 1 and Gen 2 Ray-Ban Meta. But first, hit that subscribe button right now because it's giveaway week! So if you want to win the Meta Adventurer frames that I talk about in this video with this new crazy case and all the features of the Ray-Ban Meta Gen 2s in a lighter, more stylish form factor, to win all you have to do is hit that subscribe button, go comment right now, giveaway week, in the comments, and then go in the description and fill out the giveaway form. This way I can contact you if you win, and if you do win, you're gonna get these brand new Meta Adventurer glasses, which, spoiler alert, I love them. But stay tuned, keep watching guys, because it's not over yet. But if you actually want to know what's good about these glasses and the rest in this video, keep watching. Up first is Meta Fury at $299. When you open the blue Meta box, you will reveal a matching green case to the glasses. This is the first huge upgrade that we'll talk about in a second. You're also getting a nice black cleaning cloth and manual back here. Opening the Meta branded case, we see the Fury glasses with the beautiful green frames and blue lenses. But this case, they've chosen to include the best charging case in my opinion, which folds when not in use into a nice flat shape for easy storage, way better than their previous cases, since this is the type they actually use for their premium Meta display glasses. Now take a look at these glasses. They're pretty gorgeous. We see the Meta logo on the side and on the front lens instead of the Ray-Ban logo, which is the main reason these are $100 cheaper than the Gen 2s. Another big change is the power switch now on the right arm instead of the left. So all the buttons and controls are on the right side of the frames, unlike before. The camera shutter button also has a dual functionality and acts as a second custom button when you push the back of it where this little circle bit sticks out. Up next is the Meta Adventurer. Same blue box, but this time a black case to match the black glasses inside. Same cleaning cloth, manual, and flat foldable case for easy storage. The frames, of course, are the only difference. Much less tall than the Fury and instead looking very similar to the Wayfarer or even Blazer glasses at a fraction of the price. We also have much smaller camera and LED holes to make the glasses look a lot less like a piece of tech, plus the same power switch and extra custom button, just like on the Furies on the right side. Now up third is the Kylie Jenner Starfire edition of the Meta glasses at $399, an extra $100. This time the box is pitch black, the case neatly tied up in the cleaning cloth itself, and a little printed note from Kylie Jenner herself. The cleaning cloth is much bigger and longer. Maybe you could even use this as a headband or something. Now first huge thing on the case here, much more subtle with the Meta logo small and in the corner instead of huge and in the middle like those last two Meta glasses. Lots of attention to detail with these glasses compared to those last two. Inside the foldable case, we also have this additional piece that keeps the glasses more protected according to their shape. And if we peel this part off, a little mirror is revealed to check out how you look when actually wearing them. A lot of attention went into designing this experience, which explains why my girlfriend is so excited to try these on. The case still folds, of course, but now the glass. Extremely trendy, especially for females right now. So guys, I know it's mostly guys that watch this channel. This could be a great gift for someone in your life. It's actually really thoughtfully designed. No Meta logo on the sides of the frames this time. Very discreet, and in the back inside is where the Meta logo is. So when you wear them, it's completely hidden. You also get these very high quality, almost metallic looking nose pads, and you're still getting the extra small camera and LED. Now on the right lens is a literal jewel popping out from the lens instead of a logo or brand name. Okay, now that we've unboxed them, the first topic for review is the style and the fit. How do each of these glasses actually look and feel? Well, first off, they each support a prescription of -12 diopters to plus 2.25, which is a great addition. So if you have a prescription, it's probably supported there. I'll also be testing some third-party prescription options soon, just in case you want to save even more money on these. So first, the Fury. These weigh in at 59 grams, so 10 grams heavier than the Meta Gen 1 or Gen 2, and it is a little bit noticeable. These are definitely a bigger pair of glasses meant for maybe a larger head shape. So if that's you, this might be a good option. The quality of the design, however, looks really good, and these are definitely very stylish. So great style, good fit, although I will always complain about Meta nose pads until they actually make at least an optional attachment where they can be a lot bigger so that all of Meta glasses don't slide down my face. And then overall, these have an okay weight. They're a little bit heavy, but they come in black, mahogany, green, and sandstone frame colors with a couple different lens and transition color options, all of which look pretty dang great. Up next is the Adventurer, weighing in at 53 grams for standard size and 54 grams for its large size. And these, I'm just gonna say it, these are my favorite style-wise. They're nice and light, a lot closer to the Meta Gen 2 Wayfarers, but they look more discreet and more stylish. The cameras are smaller, the frames are thinner. These glasses look amazing. They're my favorite style for men in this video, unless you have a larger head shape, in which case I would go for the Fury. As for colors, your options for the frame are black, tortoise, merlot with red transition lenses, and linen, which is like eggshell almost. And you're also getting a couple cool lens and transition colors in there. Last but not least is the Starfire, weighing in at 54 grams, about the same as the Adventurer, and these are definitely the best style for women. They come in black and dark tortoise sunglasses, as well as clear with black frames here. And yes, these have the same -12 to plus 2.25 diopter prescription options, so they can replace your prescription glasses just like the other two models in this video. Now, rather than try this third one on myself, which here if you want, this is what I look like in them, I thought I'd let my girlfriend react to actually trying these glasses, seeing the case, and see the look and style for herself, and watch her try them on.
Ooh, I like the mirror.
Why?
Every girl needs a mirror, to be honest.
Okay.
I like them. Ooh. That's good. That was actually really cute. No girl would be able to fit. Well, actually, these pants are good. You can put it in the back pocket. I'm not going to show your fans that.
Okay, sweet. Now that we've gone over the style, why would you actually want to get these glasses? What features would you actually use? And who are these for? One of the most common ways people will probably use these is to listen to music. After all, they have Spotify app integration, so it's easy to ask it to play whatever song or playlist you want, hands-free with just your voice. It has open ear speakers, meaning you can still hear your surroundings, but you're still getting great sound quality at a decently loud volume, 76 to 77.55 decibels, with the Fury glasses being the loudest, so that's the 77 one. Now I'm gonna play some music for you. Tell me how the sound quality is.
Wait, that's weird. It's
good?
really loud.
Is that better?
Yeah. Surprisingly, like, for it not being in your ears, it's good.
Would you listen to music with them?
Yeah. Yeah, I would. Sorry, I would listen. I would use these. It feels like it's in my ears, but it's not.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah. So you like them?
Yes.
Okay. And the next big feature for most people that's pretty common is going to be calling people and receiving calls. And yeah, you can send messages too. These actually have 6 microphones, an upgrade from the 5 of the Meta Gen 2s, which means better call quality, better sound isolation, and hopefully Meta better being able to understand your words. But you can also do POV WhatsApp video calls, which is pretty cool. Next big feature is live translation. Meta now has 20 plus languages of live translation, a massive upgrade from their previous 5, although those are rolling out on all the glasses, not just the new ones. Now the base 5 of these work really well, and the other 15 still aren't great, but they're there and hopefully they will improve over time. But remember, these glasses are audio only, so there is going to be a delay from when the person speaks the other language to when you hear it in your language. Now, one of the biggest use cases for these glasses is hands-free POV photo and video capture. When you do this, there will be an LED light to let others know you're capturing content, but this lets you capture some great moments in your life through your own perspective. Here I am comparing each of the cameras to that of their Ray-Ban Meta Gen 1 and Gen 2. Priced at $246 and $379+ respectively. These are all going to be 3x4 vertical shots, so don't get your hopes up for any horizontal video just yet, although I will show you what the little workaround looks like in this video. Up first, we have 3K 30 FPS, ultra high quality in each of the 3 cameras. The Gen 1s obviously only shoot at 1080/30, so there's a noticeable drop in quality there, but not much of a difference at all between the Gen 2s and these 3 new additions. Other than that, the Gen 2s tend to underexpose a little bit and keep a little bit more of the color. These are all limited to 3 minutes of recording time, by the way, and there is 32 gigabytes of storage in all these glasses, so you're more than able to just restart a new recording when a previous one ends, with plenty of space on the glasses to spare. Up next, it will also shoot at 1080/60 FPS for a slight slow motion effect. So here I have each of them at half speed, no real difference in quality from each other, but overall, it's a little bit of a drop from the 3K. Next, we have 1080/30 FPS. This will allow you to record for up to 5 minutes here in these new Meta glasses and the Gen 2s, as opposed to the previous 3 of the Gen 1. Here's what each of those cameras look like. Again, no real difference other than that the new Meta glasses expose a little bit brighter. Next, we have 720/120 FPS. A nice 4 times slow motion here, but in my opinion, the quality gets pretty bad. Honestly, I would just stick with the half speed 1080/60 before using this. And then after that, we have hyperlapse. A little shaky, but you basically get a nice moving time lapse, a fast forwarded video almost, as you walk around just like this. It can be cool for exploring new places, seeing a summary of the places that you went in video format. Finally, if you crop these at 3K 30 down to horizontal 16:9, you can see here that you still have pretty usable footage in the Gen 2s and the newest Meta glasses, but it looks pretty bad in the Gen 1s because it's going from 1080 and you lose pixels fast. But with all of these, it still does cut down quite a bit on the field of view. So the point of the camera is to capture moments without having to worry about holding your phone up. You press this top button here or say, hey Meta, start recording, and it goes to work. I've used this to capture hikes, no way. Oh my God, that's crazy. Paragliding.
2, 1, go, 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 go.
Ah, it's hard to run.
Run.
Woo!
Shit.
Woo!
Shit over here.
Whoa! Sorry. Woo!
Now it's good.
Oh my goodness.
Enjoy now.
Wow. Feeding goats.
Take this for you.
Oh. Oh God.
Oh.
Wait, do they eat them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Or do I feed them or throw them? You want? And all sorts of stuff. Now, the last big feature is going to be AI. You can ask AI questions about whatever you want, and you can ask questions about whatever you're looking at. These AI questions sound great in theory, but they're pretty hit or miss. What can I cook with what's in this fridge?
Yeah, I can see a few things in there. There's Open Nature 100% black cherry juice, plain oat milk, some jars that look like iced tea, plus packaged meat, tomatoes, and cheese in the drawers. You could mix the black cherry juice with the oat milk for a creamy drink, or use the oat milk in smoothies. The tomatoes and cheese could work for a simple pasta or sandwich if you have bread. Want me to suggest a couple specific meal ideas with those?
That's okay, as you saw here. And they do rely on Meta AI, which altogether isn't as good as, say, ChatGPT or Gemini, but it does provide good answers sometimes, just not all the time, so don't expect them to. But overall, who are these glasses for? If you wanted to get Meta glasses for a while now, but have been waiting for it at a really affordable price point with the really good battery life, this is honestly a really great time to get in. For the first time ever, it actually doesn't make sense to get the Ray-Ban Meta Gen 1s anymore unless you want live streaming to Facebook or Instagram, since the Gen 1s are the only model of Meta glasses that actually still let you live stream. But other than that, for $50 more, you're getting double the battery life at 8 hours instead of 4, smaller, more discreet camera and LED, a better charging case that folds flat, and 3K 30 FPS instead of 1080 30 with a 5-minute recording limit at 1080 instead of 3 minutes. All huge upgrades in style and performance. And if you want tons of accessories, it's better to just shell out $379 plus for a pair of Gen 2 Wayfarers. But the Gen 1, unless you want that Ray-Ban logo for really cheap or live streaming, just doesn't make sense anymore. If, however, you're on the fence about Meta glasses or have never owned them before and $299 still sounds like too much, it's likely that Meta and Android and a bunch of other brands will be releasing a lot more glasses this September, or Techtember as they call it. So if you're looking for AI audio only glasses, it might actually be worth it to wait and see what comes next if there's something that will finally get you over the hurdle to purchasing them. Whether it's better Android integration, Gemini AI instead of Meta, or whatever it is you're looking for. So if you're an Android fanboy, it's probably worth it to wait until later this year. But overall, if you want Meta glasses, you want them for the cheapest price ever for the most features that has ever been possible, now is an amazing time to buy them. But that's just my take. What do you guys think? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments, if you've tried them, what you think, if you want to get them. And obviously, don't forget to enter the giveaway that I mentioned in the beginning of this video if you want to win a pair of those adventurers. You guys are the best. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.